This time on Driftless Drinks, we revisit the Alesmith Ommegang collaboration.
West Coast Edition.
Let's get after it.
Welcome to Driftless Drinks. My name is John.
And my name is Mark.
And today we're going to try the West Coast edition of Philosophy and Velocity, a beer we had back a few episodes ago. And back then, we were lamenting we couldn't find this good beer.
Yeah, exactly. So we tried the East Coast version. We're like, well, where's the West Coast one? And now we have found it.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, our general consensus on the East Coast edition of this collaboration was that it wasn't put together. The different pieces of the flavors were there, but they didn't kind of form a cohesive unit.
Yep, that's exactly what I remember. And I believe each of us has one aging in their respective fridges at the moment. So we're going to see at some point. We'll revisit the East Coast edition to see if that did improve at some point when we get around the year mark.
All right. I say we go right into it.
Do you wanna pour these out?
Yeah, let's start it. Let's start it off.
All right, killer man.
All right.
You ready? 3.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Gotta get
2.
Gotta get a finger under it.
1.
I'm learning to wait for your crack. I'm learning the 3, 2, 1 doesn't mean crap. I just wait for you to start yours.
John's waiting for a crack.
I am fairly certain that isn't what I said, but actually
that's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
I mean, I could be wrong.
I can't take that back. Oh, gotta pour it now.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Oh, that is very dark on the pour.
It is. Nice head. Probably.
Yeah.
To use a standard measurement that doesn't exist, about 1/3 of an inch.
I'm pretty sure inches exist.
Oh, 1/3 of one though?
Well, yeah. I don't know.
Well, it certainly does look nice. It's black. That is for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Going up to the light. Oh, using the light behind it.
What do you got?
I got nothing.
Nothing coming through?
Now, at the very bottom, because we're using our branded tulip glasses, at the very, very bottom, I get a bit of reddishness. It's
nice.
A very kind of a burnt umber, but with a tinge of red. So it kind of looks inviting, but nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. So,
cool.
Quick shot for the Insters.
Instagram.
After that break for doing a little bit of Instagram picturing,
yes,
I finally got a reasonable head on mine. It was pretty frothy, and it kind of settled down into something that's kind of a lot more reasonable.
And mine kind of got knocked way down. I've got some lacing around the edge here.
So, she's dark. Stick a nose in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you getting?
Dark chocolate. A little bit of malt. There's a little bit of sweetness.
So, kind of the first thing that came to me was a bit of a not quite a burnt caramel, but a really well cooked one, and then that was coming right with the dark chocolate. So that dark chocolate with a bit of caramel on it.
Gotcha.
The booziness kind of popped up at me. After about the second or third, there's like almost there's a butterscotchiness that's in there too. It's like nothing but candies. Is what I'm getting out of this. Not like super sweet stuff, but like the rich candies. All right, Mark. So before we actually drink this, let's stick a thermometer in it and see what we come up with.
Yeah. So on the instant read thermogun here, I have 46.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh. I'm rolling down. My thermometer's still going down. I have... Oh, nope, still going down.
It's reached 0 degrees Kelvin. That was the notification.
That was the notification. That's putting that thing
downright cold, but still thick as syrup.
So it's gotten down to 53.2.
Okay, so yours a little touch warmer than mine. our drinking experience is maybe a little different, and that may be explaining away why the head on mine has dissipated a little more quickly. I don't know. That's a theory. We'll have to test that as we go along.
Did you say, what did you say it was? Yours was?
46.5.
46.5. I thought for some reason you said 60 something. Okay.
Oh, yeah, nope.
Nope, you didn't. All right.
46.5.
All right, shall we go in for the taste?
Yeah. Now that I put a nose to it again, there's a little bit of coffee in here, too. Dark chocolate, still predominant. Coffee. Okay. Yeah, we can taste. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh. Heavy coffee. Wow, there's a shot of booze in there, too.
Yeah, yes, there is. So having
nice residual coffee on the back end, actually. Mm-hmm. That's really pleasant. The back end of this. Sorry, John, I kind of cut you off there.
Mm-mm. No, the coffee is very. It's more coffee than chocolate.
Yeah,
definitely. But the chocolate's sitting there. That butterscotch was only the nose. It's not sitting there at all. There's a dry finish to it. That mouthfeel is not super thick.
No.
What's interesting is that this is actually a blending of an imperial coffee stout with a quad.
Right.
I get both of those at the same time.
Yeah, I first impressions are there's absolutely. So I just took another whiff of this thing and almost knocked me over. There is a very pronounced coffee on the front end, like with the imperial coffee stout type thing. But it's lighter than expected, and the carbonation holds that, I think, right? Because there's definitely a Belgian carbonation to this, right? So it's got to be Belgian yeast in this thing. And it finishes light, and it's got that really heavily roasted coffee back into it. I'm kind of curious. So this, yeah, you said imperial coffee stout with a Belgian style quad, and I'll go around the can here in a minute, but the thing is, I'm not picking out what you had noticed on the nose was that candiness. That, a typical Belgian quad has that kind of candied sugar. Caramel candied. It's very distinct in that style of beer, and I'm having trouble picking that up. I'm really getting a lot of the imperial stout with like the carbonation of a quad. To me, that's kind of interesting. What are you picking up on?
So I'm always dialed into quads. I mean, it's one of my favorite styles of beer.
You're a quad guy.
Yeah, I'm a quad guy.
We call you John 4 around the shop.
Oh, well, I got some guys at work call me Quattro.
Yeah. You're at Driftless Drinks Industries. Guys in the shop call him John 4 or Johnny Quad. What did they say? Jorge Quattro.
Jorge Quattro. Oh my God. Yeah, Jorge Quattro. Huevos conocente. Huevos conocente. Huevos conocente. Y el amor. All right.
Yeah. Woo, sing along hour. There's a ton of booze in this beer, John.
There is.
And we got a long way to go.
God bless D. Snyder. All right. So, the thing about it, that quad to me is sitting there. The coffee stout is sitting there as well. I don't know that I'm a big fan of this particular coffee flavor, because really, in coffee stouts for me, it comes down to how good the coffee is. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I haven't read the entire can here, so I have no idea if they've added coffee to it or if it's coffee style because they use the roasted malts.
Gotcha.
the heavy dark malts. So I don't know. But usually when they make it with coffee, the quality of the coffee, how much I would like that coffee, affects it. And in this case, it's not quite where I'd want it from a coffee standpoint. So I'm getting a real bifurcation of this.
Gotcha.
I'm getting both of them at once. The candy bit of the quad comes through, but for me, that's just the quad taste. So I have a hard time differentiating those two. My palate's not as detailed as yours is, especially for the sweet stuff. So, not bad.
I'm going to take one more quick pull off of this, and then we'll read around the can here.
Yeah, I'm with you.
God, it is a little warm up top there. Okay.
Yeah, there's a bit of the heat that's coming along with that.
It is not bashful about bringing that to the front. That is for sure. Okay, so we have, in a collaborative series, it is Alesmith Brewing Company, Philosophy and Velocity West Coast Edition, along with Ommegang Brewery. Bottom of the can reads 1 pint, 16 ounces, blend of Imperial Coffee Stout with Belgian-style quadruple ale, 11.5 alcohol by volume, so it is formidable. So the can is really cool, actually. It's like black. It's like black and white, like a checkered flag-ish, but the white on the can, on the sides of it, is more like a cream colored. It's really cool. I like it. It
is neat, yeah.
Striking looking, yeah. I really dig the art, or the can, and the way it's the visual effect it gives here. So as I turn it over, Philosophy and Velocity West Coast Edition looks like there's an anvil with like an English Nonic pint glass with beer on top of the anvil. It has recommended glassware of a snifter, serving temp at 45 to 50 degrees, which we're pretty close at nailing right there. I think we did a good job there. Origin, California, San Diego, as Ron Burgundy would say. And then at the bottom it says, an epic cross-country collision of Imperial Ales, Philosophy and Velocity combines two iconic dark beers, Alesmith Speedway Stout and Ommegang's Three Philosophers, into a high-octane dissertation on darkness. A mesmerizing melange of cocoa notes, coffee caramel aromas, and smooth dark fruit notes. Drink now or cellar appropriately. Cheers. John, you nailed damn near everything that they have on the marketing there with your detailed description of what you've smelled and drank so far. And then the rest of the can is just barcodes and government warnings. So that's the can. The top of it, if you'll notice, is it's black, which also lends into this whole Speedway theme they have going on here with the black and white and black and cream color. So very cool, very, very attractive packaging, I will say that. It gets a 5 out of 5 on that scale.
I agree. One of the things that you didn't mention is that the cream color checkering, which looks very, what do I want to say? It's very 60s, kind of not quite Mondrian because it's not square, it's diamond shape. That's really cool. But the flags, they've got two Speedway finishing flags.
Yeah, checkered flags.
The checkered flags. Those are white. So it kind of contrasts off. Whoever did the artwork for this can is really skilled.
Yeah, it looks super cool. It really does. Oh, man. Well, we've been sitting on this a minute.
Yep.
Go back to the well. I must be getting used to the... I must be getting used to the booze on the nose because it did not quite knock me off my chair this time.
That's kind of the way the booze works in some of these things. Like the first smell, it's kind of there, and then you take a sip, and that retro nasal hit. So now the booze hits you from both directions, in and out. Yeah, and it's like, oh my god! And then a little while later, you've killed all of those nasal cells or whatever the heck happens there, and or the brain just goes, no, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. You've had too much alcohol, sir, and we're just going to let things go.
Yeah, your brain throws up the Mr. Yuck sticker. And
the Mr. Yuck sticker. I forgot about the Mr. Yuck sticker.
Yeah, and it's all like, cannot tolerate any more of this. I'm just going to shut these parts off.
So, Mark, shall we let this sit for a little bit, come back, take a temperature reading, and see if letting it warm up a little bit will help things?
Sure.
All right.
Let's do that.
We'll be back in just a second. And welcome back. We are going to stick a thermometer in these and see where we're sitting.
That was dangerous for a second, John. Where is he going with this? He's the producer. Like, I don't even, like, do I flag him on this? Like, should I say anything?
No, it's all right.
I'm just kind of the help around here.
That is hardly the case.
All right, I'm up to 54 degrees, roughly.
Yeah. And I'm rolling 58.
Okay, so
58.7.
Okay, mine went up about 7.5 degrees.
Mine didn't go quite up that far. But, all right. I'm going to stick another nose in it, though.
Yeah.
So, the retronasal olfaction,
Retronasal olfaction.
which is the
Sound
smell you
bite
get.
here.
Sound bite, which is the smell you get, after you drink, and then the smell changes, and that's because it's coming back the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Very much, I'm getting the same things, but not nearly the candy, but the coffee is coming through, which it wasn't for me before. But I'm still getting that underlay of quad, which is happy for me because I like quad.
I am at a straight coffee and hot booze point.
Yeah, you said that in the booze about burn my nose hairs.
I saw you kind of. Looks like you gave your nose a tickle there.
Yeah, that went in there. Woo!
At risk at repeating myself here, but this is booze forward.
Yeah. And so now that I'm about halfway, it's halfway down the glass, that little bit of oiliness is coming on there, and I think that's pretty standard for both these styles of beers.
Yeah, there is a little bit of candy spice at the back of this too, but man, you got to work to get there.
Yeah. All right, I'm going in again. That's more pleasant.
Yeah, I feel like the quad's starting to break through a touch more.
The aftertaste is very much coffee, though.
Yes.
Like in a
Still.
good way. Yeah.
Dark roast coffee at the end. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I like it better. I like it better as it's warming.
Wow, keep your nose out of it. Holy cow.
Yeah. Gotta. That's the thing. It's like when you're trying, scotch or whiskey. You want to smell it, but you want to keep it down by your chin when you smell it. You don't stick your nose in it like you do a beer, or your eyes cross.
Yeah. I cannot remember the last time I had one that just smelled so hot on the nose. That part is remarkable.
Mm-hmm. So there is still a separation. So unlike the East Coast edition, which like all the different flavors, there's like three to five flavors depending on when we tasted it. Those were all separate. They're all kind of floating around, and you could pick them out and pick your favorites and go, yeah, okay, I get that, and then just kind of ignore the rest. But there was no cohesiveness. This one's cohesive, but only into a division of two.
For me, this is heavy coffee stout with Belgian yeast. That's what I'm tasting. That's how I'm separating the two, like on my palate. And it's not bad. I will say that with the booze nose being so hot, I keep going in for pulls on the nose, like I'm trying to pull more out of that to help my my palate kind of figure out exactly what I would like to figure out in this beer. But it is literally so hot, I can't get anything else out of it that would help me figure this beer out better. And it's frustrating. I'm kind of frustrated.
Yep. Oh yeah, you stick a nose in it, and you're like, oh, because that's exactly what helps us with most beer.
God,
it
burns.
It burns. It does. It's like you stick your nose in, and it's like, nope. But I want to smell. Nope.
Yeah.
And it just happens every time.
And I'm gonna do it again. And I keep pulling that little bit of candied spice at the back of that quad that I want to get more of that so I can help myself along, but it's just not happening. So.
Yeah, it isn't going. If you like, okay, I would say that if you like a coffee stout, if you like a Belgian quad, and you're not completely opposed to one of those, this would be an okay beer for you. I think you'd like this.
I totally agree with your drinking experience. I would say if you're around good people, good friends, and you're having a laugh, like this is a good one to go through that with, because it's just parts of it are sort of wild, right? But if you're with company you don't necessarily enjoy, do stay away from this. You're just going to be angry.
Okay, so that brings us to the rating segment.
Wait, before we do this,
okay.
This makes me want to do one thing, and I want you to bookmark this, John.
Okay.
I want us to get an Ommegang quad and an Alesmith Speedway Stout and take the two of them, and we will pour 2 glasses of blending the two together, because that is going to be the ultimate like midway between East Coast, West Coast, Midwest Coast. I think we do the Midwest Coast version, the Mississippi River version, and then we wrap up this trilogy.
All right.
So
all right.
I just want to put a pin in that so that someday when we are shopping and we see these 2 beers, we pick them up.
Yep.
And we make the Mississippi Coast version of this particular beer and see what we get out of that.
Okay. Okay, I'm totally in. All right. So for a rating system, 1 to 10, where are you putting this, Mark?
I'm lost on this a little. I mean,
fair enough.
And that's, I'm saying that both as a joke and seriously. Like, if the booze content on this wasn't so hot, I would go an 8 out of 10. I think there's enough interesting stuff. Alesmith Speedway Stout is really good. Ommegang's Quad, very good. Like, those are both 7-8 beers in my category, you know, in my experience of having both of them. They're both fairly highly rated. I like them. This, on the other hand, is like, it tops out at a 6 for me. And it really depends on the mood I'm in. Like, thankfully, I'm drinking this with you. And I think I can give this particular sitting a 6. And I would have it again, but I would really have reservations about seeking this out or purchasing it, you know, knowing that I'm going to get a certain experience out of it. This is a total wild card.
For me, this is rating up there at about a 7, creeping into an 8. If this shows up again, if this showed up next year and it was a new batch and they decided that they were going to run this again, I would pick up another one.
Okay.
There's enough entertainment here between the 2 beers fighting themselves out, and and my nose wanting to go, dude, I don't think so. That I like it. I'm digging it. We've talked this to death, to be honest.
It's a freak. Like, I think taming the beast is the way I would put this one. Like, if you're in the mood for something just like, yeah, let's get out there. Yeah, it is. Turn it loose.
You bet. You want to wrestle a bear but not risk laceration? Try Philosophy and Velocity by Alesmith and Ommegang. Yeah.
It's like riding a bull in an Oculus, you know?
Yeah. This is a bloodletting free bear wrestling experience.
Man.
Yep. dang. And it's like the booze went to the bottom of the glass too. You know, the snifter is just at the bottom here. This tulip glass, it's just all the alcohol went to the bottom, and the further down I go, the more I'm like, why am I not taking a shot of this?
I'm telling you, man, 11.5 is conservative.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that's off.
I mean, I don't want to tell them their business. I don't want to say anybody's wrong here. But it certainly does not seem like an 11.5.
So that was Alesmith and Ommegang's Philosophy and Velocity West Coast Edition. Mark, final thoughts. You've got 10 seconds.
Booze, lots of it. Chocolate, a little of it. Coffee, some of it. And a little bit of candied sugar and some Belgian yeast.
I agree. What I'm getting is 2 beers at once. I'm getting the coffee stout, and I'm getting a separation of that and the quad style. That's appealing to me. The booze is really throwing a monkey wrench into the whole system. I like it, and I'm hoping that after a year, this thing is going to improve, just like the East Coast edition.
Yeah. Cool.
There we go.
We drank another beer, John.
We did. Or a couple of them and a shot. It seemed, I don't know, 11.5 people.
Well, let's be honest. This was 2 beers and a shot of whatever.
Yeah. And we're not used to that.
Driftless Drink studio recording courtesy of HPJ Studios in Tomah, Wisconsin. Be sure to subscribe and rate us wherever you get your podcasts, and like us on Facebook and Instagram, where we feature each episode's brews a week or so ahead of time. Visit us at driftlessdrinks.com, where you can comment on each episode and drink along with us on the Driftless Drinks YouTube channel.
Until next time, my name is John.
My name's Mark.
Keep a cold one handy for us.
Ooh. Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom.
You got this.
I got this.
This
All right,
intro is your...
I don't usually use those kinds of words. All right,
You don't have to. I did.
let's kill this fucker.
Huevos con acente. Huevos con acente. Huevos con acente. Y el amor.